Bienvenidos, mis amigos. You know, I retired in August of 2019, and that November, I rewarded myself by crewing on a 38-foot proud catamaran owned by my friends Joe and Christian Grieser during the 2019 Baja Ha-Ha sailboat rally from San Diego to Cabo San Lucas. Now, this is a 750-mile cruise down the Baja coast, with stops in Bahia Tortuga, which is Turtle Bay, at Bahia Santa Maria, with an option to stop in Magdalena Bay, and then the last stop in Cabo San Lucas. Now at each stop, captains and crew participated in various events, got a couple of days to rest their bodies and repair their boats before continuing. It's a great event for people who are looking to make the jump down to the entrance of the amazing Sea of Cortez. Let's get our first leg started with the traditional costume party at the San Diego West Marine parking lot, and then some excellent downwind sailing past the Coronado Islands, through the night in a fleet of 120 sailboats, and then stopping in Bahia Tortuga for fish tacos on the beach, a baseball game between the cruisers and the locals, and then the traditional tug of war on the beach between the men and women. Now, I'm not going to tell you who always wins this, so you're just going to have to watch to find out. Vamos, muchachos! Yo, it's time to get this costume party started! No, not like that, but more like this.
You, stand here. You there. You there. Beautiful. All right. Pirate 1. Pirate 2. Pirate 3. Pirate 4. Pirates 5 and 6. Pirate 7. Pirate 8. I don't even have to go back. I know who the winners are. Way to go, guys. The impaired couple, what are we?
Port and starboard!
Port and starboard! All right. I can't imagine what you guys are.
This is our first Ha-Ha aboard Starfire. We are pillage and plunder. Thank you.
Excellent.
Oh, here you go, Chris.
All right, tell us about yourselves.
We are Windlass, and Anchor Buoy from Brainwaves.
All right, tell us about yourselves.
All right, we're Vicky and Gerald. We're on the Wind Angel, First Baja, and for all you youngins out there that don't know what we are, this is the 1920s swimwear.
Gosh, even the guys wore that?
All right, tell us about yourselves.
Hello, everyone. Our names are Dawn and Kim, and we know we have a lot of haters out there. But we're on a really cool catamaran called Kaleva, and we're just happy that we can spend Halloween together because we don't get a lot of time together. And we're really happy to be doing this whole Baja Ha-Ha thing with you guys, and we hope that you'll just accept us for who we are, okay? Because all we want to do is have a good time and be ourselves and party, okay?
All right, let's hear it one more time for Dawn and Kim.
Our unicorn party.
No, I'm not going to say anything. Let's hear it for Unicorn Party and Pinata Boy. Romeo and Juliet? Wind, Lass, and Anchor Buoy. 1920 swimwear. Don and Kim. Pinata Boy and Unicorn Party. And our Trekkies. Looks like Donnie and Kim won.
Hello, we are Spinnaker and we're looking for a lost shaker of song.
We'll have to send it back to the club.
All right, what do you guys call yourselves?
This is our first Baja, and we are on Calidris, and obviously we're in Canadian tuxedos.
All right, let's hear it for Canadian tuxedos. I'm not saying that's how you win costume contests, but
We're the sailing crew of Sundance, sailing vessel Sundance from Seward, Alaska. We're glad to be here.
I'm passing on Talion and Talion is putting on the Ritz.
excellent, excellent. Let's hear it for putting on the Ritz.
Hey, we're on Ticket to Ride, and it all started with a dark and stormy night, and we found ourselves
3 sheets to the wind.
More than 3 hours. Skipper, what's up with that? Hopefully it will last more than 3 hours.
Ginger! Alright, so we have obviously the crew of Gilligan's Island here. We're on Catherine E, first time on the Ha-Ha. Got me, of course, Skipper, Gilligan. We've got Lovey. We've got Thurston Howell III, Professor, and of course, the most difficult choice in the world, Ginger or Marianne, right?
The same
Hopefully
time.
it'll be more than a 3-hour tour.
Okay, so we got Mrs. Howell, Mr. Howell, Thurston Howell III, Gilligan.
We got a backup professor.
Backup professor.
Yeah.
Marianne, Skipper.
Yeah.
You're the best looking, professor I've ever seen. And damn girlfriend. Well, you know, fish are friends, not food.
That's what I'm saying.
After the costume party, skippers and crew departed, and we did likewise, heading back to Kiri, the owner's catamaran, but not before I got to take the dinghy out for a little putt to see the infamous San Diego Yacht Club and to ogle over some of the outstanding boats in the harbor. You know, speaking of outstanding boats, Kiri is a 37-foot Prout Snow Goose catamaran, and I don't remember when she was built, but built she was. These are great coastal boats and can be outfitted for ocean passage making. She's cutter-rigged with a small mainsail but generous headsail options, and while she's a small catamaran, she's quite spacious inside. To port, there's a single head forward with a single cabin aft and a large navigation and storage area inboard. Now the galley is down in the starboard hull and is very spacious with a double berth aft and the owner's cabin forward with a large queen-sized berth. The single diesel engine is mated to an outdrive that can be raised and lowered, and the entire boat can be easily beached, which, you know, is rather convenient for maintenance, anchoring, and is an additional safety feature. Now, typically on the Ha-Ha race, there's a fleet of about 120 boats, and the start is done just inside the San Diego harbor, and the send-off is done up in style with assistance from the harbor police and their amazing firefighting boat putting on quite the display, as you'll see in a moment. But first, on our way out of the harbor, we saw what looked like a dolphin trainer working with a dolphin to hit an object in exchange for a tasty fish. Well, you know, if that were sushi, I'd be game.
That was too cool.
I'm getting it on tape still. He's coming up now and then.
You can go over to the bow if you want.
That's okay. It's good and clear.
This black boat passes, they'll spin around.
Maggie, hold on, he's busy. Levi, you want some new shades?
Sorry, that's over.
Oh, he just had him bump a thing. Then he threw a fish out.
Megan? No.
Awesome.
There we go! Love it!
What is that? Oh, this is shark heads.
More of that, but it's not the same ones as Connemara, but yeah, those.
Gold actually works pretty good with the 200%.
Chris, that could be your next boat.
Oof. Yeah, next boat.
Wow, next boat. Oh my gosh.
Get in front of us? Not watching at all.
I just got it through.
Yeah, well, I think that's what everybody's doing right now. Pretty much. No, do not touch it.
Mom, birds of paradise. Look, birds of paradise over there.
Huh?
Chris, get up.
Rachel, is that the boat right in front of us?
What?
That's got the 15 Baja flags?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see them.
Kid boat right there.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 actually. I have
12. Kiri here with 3 kids and 3 adults who act like kids, ready to rock and roll.
Alright, Kiri, I'll try to get there right next time.
her up. Those are the islands to south of San Diego. After leaving San Diego at the start of the race, it didn't take Kiri long to get her legs under her and get in some downwind conditions and do what catamarans are famous for doing, catching up to and beating larger monohulls sailing downwind. Camera will pick this up, but this water is purpley blue. I mean blue water. Almost. Day 3 of leg 1 was not all that exciting, but I did manage to get some good video of our continued champagne downwind sailing. Let's start this segment by looking at my 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. watch. When I first got on watch, we were a little overpowered with the asymmetrical going downwind at anywhere from 9 to 11 knots. So this is the top of their Dodger with the solar panels. And this is the aft deck. It's looking forward in the cockpit. There's the helm. See the boat's rocking. That's the motion of the boat. There's the outboard. Here's the dinghy. Not a cruise ship, this is actually a freighter of some kind. Coming from Ecuador. Okay, we've been on this asymmetrical spinnaker now for, I don't know, 20, 25 miles. And at times doing 7.5, 8 knots and 17 knots of breeze. I got to work on my spinnaker trimming for a couple of hours, which was a lot of fun until we finally got it all dialed in and everything. So we are probably moving along now at about 6 knots on about 10 to 12 knots of apparent wind, or true wind I should say. A good rule of thumb is that you should be, if you've got 12 knots of wind, you should be doing about 6 knots with these ASIMs. So, been a super day sailing. The mainsail out, they have a pretty small mainsail, but it still does the deed. And we are about 50 miles out from Bahia Tortuga. Good morning, party peeps. It's about 3:30, 3:45 in the morning, and this has been my watch for the last 2 or 3 nights. It's pretty cool to wake up in your berth on a boat at 3 o'clock in the morning, and you're racing along at like 4.5 to 5 knots with 17 knots of wind. So we are approaching Bahia Tortuga. Our distance to that is 22.5 miles or so. Our speed right now is about 3.4 knots, as you can see right there, and right there as well. Wind speed is down to 12. I don't know if you can see that at the bottom. So, and this is the iSailor app on an iPad. Joe and Kristen have this dialed in with the AIS so that you can get data about each individual boat. Like if you tap on that boat, it tells you it's 5.16 nautical miles away doing 4.5 knots. And because it's only 3 adults, we only have 1 adult on watch at a time, so it's not like we can have somebody up on the foredeck running sail. So we're kind of in cruising sailing mode instead of racing sailing mode. Otherwise we'd be up there putting up another sail, probably the mainsail. So things are going good. We'll be on Bahia Tortuga tomorrow, hopefully earlier in the morning than at noon, there for a couple of days, and then we head on down to Bahia Santa Maria, and that's about a 250-mile trip. That'll take us about 2.5 to 3 days at the most. This has been a 3.5 day journey right now. And then from Bahia Santa Maria, we go down to Cabo San Lucas at Land's End, and that takes about a 1.5 to 2 days. So, fun race. Hope everybody's having a great time in life. Coming up on the entrance to Bahia Tortuga. This is part of the Baja Peninsula here. the fleet of boats. The Ha-Ha fleet in Bahia Tortuga. Not all of them are in. We figure just half of them are probably here by now. Some of the faster boats probably pulled in yesterday. Some of these boats motored more than they sailed, so. And here comes a panga with a pangarero.
Vessel trying to enter the harbor without an engine. Can you come back, please? Okay, nothing for anybody else with a serious mechanical problem. This is a soul searcher. We last night lost power and were able to resolve the problem with a fuel filter change.
Well, crew, after 386 miles in 3 days, we made it to Bahia Tortuga. But hey, don't get too comfy because during leg 2, which will be out in a couple of weeks, we, the foreigners, in the spirit of friendship and good neighborly relations, played the indigenous people who were, like, born here in a good-spirited game of baseball at their very posh baseball field in Tortuga. Then, after spending a couple of days here, we'll shove off for the 281-mile cruise to Bahia Santa Maria, where the legendary Ha-Ha beach party goes down with over 300 people in attendance, and the men versus women's tug-of-war throwdown will go down. Then Kiri and crew will depart for a day and night stay at Puerto Magdalena, probably the most beautiful spot on the peninsula. Until then, my friends, bon dia and hasta luego.